Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling straight from the heart.
Well, welcome to Hardaway Wrestling. We are back again. I feel like I feel like we should be. You guys should pay me rent at this point. You spent more time in this room this week than I have, I think.
Pretty much.
Yeah, God, it's like we're all dating, right? One of you guys is gonna have to put out eventually. I'll let you pick.
Ricky likes it up the butt, so you know.
You don't?
No, sir.
Oh, so you know.
I'm all
There's a reason. why. Got him.
all about the puss. All about the puss.
Mr. Puffers is in the house. Welcome to Hardway Wrestling. We are live on TikTok right now. Welcome, TikTok viewers. If you want to watch us live, you want to hear us anywhere else besides TikTok, we are on all your platforms. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook.
What?
We are on Instagram.
What?
If you like podcasting,
Sorry,
we
I just
love to
woke up.
Poor excuse.
If you love podcasting, we are on Apple. We are on
What?
Spotify.
What?
We are not
Yeah.
on Google Play
Damn.
because hey, you guys did that together. That was pretty good. Because Scotty fucked it up. But you can go like and subscribe and ring that bell. We are live. We're not live right now on YouTube. We're not live anywhere. We're just recording this today. And this will, if you're on TikTok right now and you're watching, you are seeing this live. You can't hear the other guys, but you'll be able to go and watch the video later on. This will drop on Friday. This is our bad blood edition of the show. Our predictions for this week's pay-per-view. Scotty, go ahead.
Really quick though, my question for the viewers is: who are the tickers and who are the talkers?
That's a good question. Once Trump gets in office, I don't think there's going to be any tickers or talkers. So, but we will have a Vince McMahon pardon.
I'm hoping for the first part of that, not necessarily the second.
So, anyway, welcome to Hardway Wrestling. Welcome back, boys. We had a pretty good week here. We did our Vince McMahon doc part 1 and part 2. Part 2 dropped today. The podcast went up last night. Part 2 live video, or the video on YouTube dropped today. And yes, people seem to be liking it. So I got to listen to some other people's commentary. I don't like to listen to other podcasts when I'm going to talk about something. I'm usually like a day or 3 days behind or 2 days behind on other podcasts because I don't want influenced from other podcasts. I don't want to repeat things or say things that I hear from other podcasts. Not a knock on Scotty, by the way. I did hear the word Piccadilly today, or Piccadillo today.
Piccadillos
Today. So I know that did not come from your chicken lips.
Nope, it did not.
That came from Jim Cornette. So,
but the reason, and let me explain just one reason why I listened to them right after watching the documentary.
Yeah.
Simply because the one thing that I do like about Cornette and Last, the thing that they pick apart about any documentary, docuseries, whatever it is, that whether it's the A&E biographies or the Arnie, oh my God, the Andre the Giant
right.
documentary or any of this stuff, they pick apart the history that was either was talked about, was not talked about, or was completely lied about in documentary. Okay. So I wanted to hear what they had to say. Like, okay, what did they say? What did they say or found out that was left out? What did they want to hear more of, history wise? And a lot of their stuff is stuff that even we said, on our 2 shows the last couple of days. A lot of Vince's childhood, the Vince and Linda situation, more on the Vince and Shane situation. Like, we mirrored a lot of that stuff because I think a lot of people who, especially anybody that's a wrestling fan and knows, really knows who Vince McMahon is, those are the kind of things we do want to know about. We want to know because it really goes to the ultimate story of who is Vince McMahon. So,
right.
But
So, yeah. So no, I get that. But again, I don't like to repeat things. I don't like to hear myself say things that other people said. But I did go back and listen to some podcasts today that did reflect some of the things that I had said over the past couple days. So which made me feel real good. Like I'm a smart guy. I think I feel like I have good opinions, right? And if another guy is an idiot, that means I'm an idiot too. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. So
we're all a bunch of idiots in this.
we are. We're speaking of idiots. Let's get into this bad blood prediction show. It is a 5-match card. AEW likes to punish us and run 13 matches a night, keep us sitting in our chair all night long, getting anchor ass. But WWE is completely different. They run 5 matches, sometimes 6, right? Sometimes 6. And if it's going to be any more than that, then they turn it into a 2 night event, which seems to be going to be the trending thing here moving forward over the next few big pay-per-views.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I think it's a good idea. Money. Give me my money for you TikTok people. Give me my money.
Very interesting question on that though. Okay, so we've got WrestleMania, we've got
SummerSlam.
Right.
Now, Survivor Series, maybe not.
I don't think that needs to be 2 nights.
What about the Royal Rumble though?
I also don't think that needs to be 2 nights.
Because I'm just thinking about it, like especially with the 30-mans, they do tend to get kind of long. 30 man and 30 woman. So, but I don't think they should go to 2 nights, but I think maybe they should not do a women's Royal Rumble and find another way to crown a number 1 contender for the women. But that's just me.
With the Rumbles, especially, you've already got 30 people in that particular match, so a lot of your roster's already being used up. So then, what's left after that?
True.
To go for your matches. So I don't think that needs to be a 2-nighter.
No, I agree. I don't think we need. I don't know. I feel like we get enough wrestling now. The 2-night events. Most likely I would not be able to run on I would not be able to watch the Sunday one because I work super early in the morning on Monday, so that would suck. And I will be taking off for every WrestleMania moving forward, the weekend after or whatever. So but anyway, yeah, we're getting Indianapolis. What's in Indianapolis coming up? They just announced that.
That's the Rumble.
That's the Rumble.
That's the Rumble.
Okay. SummerSlam is in
MetLife.
Okay, that's in New Jersey, right?
It's in New Jersey, yep.
Next August. Actually, honestly, thinking about going to it. I don't know about you.
Wait a minute. So
I'm down.
What happened?
They originally said it was going to be 2026 in Minnesota. Well, they just announced it was going to be this coming SummerSlam at MetLife.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, again, excited about some 2-day events. I'm going to have to plan my vacations accordingly.
Yep.
Well,
the August one falls usually, like the SummerSlam, I think was August 2nd and 3rd this coming year. Yeah. That's usually right when I take a vacation. So,
okay, right on. Yeah,
works perfectly for me.
I like to spread mine out too. So I will make sure that I take off for those. What's wrong with doing them on a Friday and a Saturday? Friday night, Saturday night.
Friday being the end of the work week, I don't necessarily know that.
Asking for a friend, by the way.
I don't know.
It's hard to get people to come to or to be a part of something on a Friday, especially because Saturday, is easy because everyone's all usually everyone's off on a Saturday.
Everybody with real lives.
Yeah, everyone realizes off on a Saturday, so you can get out to a work or to an event on a Saturday, and most people are off on Sunday. Now, here's the thing: I would suggest maybe starting them earlier on Sunday, so that you kind of catch that crowd that so people can come in, enjoy the event, go home at a reasonable hour, and those who are watching on pay-per-view or Peacock or wherever it's going to be from now on can also get to bed at a reasonable hour and get up for work.
I agree. I know getting out of WrestleMania night 1 was a fiasco in Philly.
Yes.
Night 1 wasn't as bad because I think by that point we had already had the lay of the land and how to get in and out of places. But again, getting out of there at 11 o'clock, it's jam packed, and I mean, it doesn't matter what time you do it; it's still going to be rush hour.
Oh yeah,
whatever. Because there's, you got.
Couldn't help but
72,000
casino
people
is
trying
like
to
right
leave.
next door.
Well, that helped.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't any other sporting events going on either, which was nice. I'm curious how they're going to do that once, if there's any other sporting events going on, or if they'll just schedule around it. So, anyway, let's go ahead and get into Bad Blood, not the Taylor Swift song, right? We're not talking about Taylor Swift song. So,
fuck Taylor Swift.
She looks like a blow up doll.
Easy. We listen. That came from Scotty. That didn't come from me. I'll take every Taylor Swift fan ever and forever because the Swifties they roll deep. The Swifties are like the Pittsburgh Steelers of music. Every time you turn around, there's a Swiftie shirt. So.
She looks like a blow up doll.
Oh, okay. Again, TikTok. TikTok. That doesn't come from this account. That comes from another account. So
she looks like the blow up doll Kenny Omega wrestled.
Okay, all right.
Forgot
about that.
That doll was over, by the way. So, all right. Well, let's get into it. First match out of 5: Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Judgment Day. Always these matches always seem to hit really hard. We have not seen these two touch yet. These two have not. They've touched. I'm lying. They've touched. They've been back and forth in the ring a little bit.
They've correct.
Sometimes when we touch, they've never really had. They haven't had their match. This is their first match. Do we think this is going to be the last match or the first of many? First of many.
I don't think many, but maybe a couple.
Yeah, I think they're going to do kind of like what they did with the tag match, where he gets his hands on Balor. Priest gets his hands on Balor. They do a lot of different stuff. Priest beats the daylights out of him, but Judgment Day is going to interfere. They're going, and it's going to probably cost Priest the match this time around, but they're going to keep pushing it and probably build it to a steel cage where hopefully nobody can get in. Although we see how usually that works. I remember SmackDown where it was a Raw where it was a cage match and Shane just runs out literally full speed down the ramp, scales the cage like a freaking rabbit out of a hat and just like jumps off the top of it. So, but yeah, I think they're gonna build to probably a cage match, Finn and Priest. And I think that'll be, but I think it's gonna this match itself is gonna be Judgment Day screw job. Priest loses, but it builds to finally getting his hands on Balor where nothing can happen.
I agree. Like you said yesterday or the other day when we were talking about the go home math says this is Priest going to get it, but I think this is just the start of this feud. It's not going to be the only match of it. Priest is going to get screwed by the Judgment Day, and Scotty's always right until he's wrong. But I also agree with him that it's going to end up being somehow like a cage match of some sort where Priest gets his final victory.
Like, I get what they're doing with Punk and not Balor, Punk and
Drew. Punk and Hunk.
Huh?
Punk and Hunk.
Yeah, Punk and Hunk.
I get why they're putting that in Hell in the Cell. That definitely needs a Hell in the Cell match.
Yeah.
But I could totally see, like, again, I know they don't want to do too many of them back to back, but I could, to keep out the Judgment Day, I could totally see them doing Hell in the Cell for Priest and Balor as well down the road, because that would be the way to keep.
Hell in the Cell's getting a little
Oh,
nonsensical to a point because
Well, I
we're
think
still
they've
keep-
cut back a lot of the Hell in a Cell stuff. That's why it's not its whole pay-per-view anymore.
thank
Yeah.
God, but the whole purpose of the match is to just be one-on-one inside, and they're always outside the fucking structure, and there's always somebody getting in the damn structure. So I mean, what's the point anymore?
well,
And, and technically, when they get to the cage match version of whatever feud, that's it, right? They don't usually go past the cage match. Now, I'm all about a cage match every night of the week as long as they bring back the Big Blue.
Thank you. Thank
oh,
you.
no.
Yes. Love the OG cage.
I love the big gaps in between. Now, honestly, some of the wrestlers now would probably fall through the cage because they're a lot smaller than some of the wrestlers of yesteryear. But yeah, I love the old Big Blue cage. I actually would like to. They should bring that back one time. Cody was on McAfee yesterday. I think it was yesterday, and was talking about he likes the old school wrestling, and that's kind of how it was brought up. Maybe we get a Cody whoever in the old Big Blue.
Okay, now if they do it, the one place they need to do it is Saturday night's main event, reminiscent of Hogan Boss Man.
Okay.
I'm down.
Yeah,
Can we hang? Can we hang whoever Cody's opponent is in the middle of the ring? Just hang him.
that was Undertaker Boss Man. That
That was also a Hell in a Cell.
yeah, that
Right.
was- so yeah, and that's technically not canon. So we don't talk about that one.
All right. Well, I'm going the opposite way from you guys. I'm going Damian Priest takes the win here, only because something later on. I don't think we can have Priest and Mommy both win. I think we'll get to that later on, but I am taking Priest to win this match. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be some schmaz or whatever. We're going to get an apple in the eye, or we're gonna get something from JD McFunko Pop or whatever. Something from the Judgment Day, and maybe we add a new Judgment Day character to the mix.
R-Truth.
Did you?
We both said it.
Arch?
Yeah, we both said R-Truth.
We both said our truth.
You heard it here, right? You heard it here. You heard it here. R-Truth is now coming back to the Judgment Day. I think he comes back to the Judgment Day and he says, "I don't recognize half you guys. Who?" And he
starts
keeps
calling Damien Carlito.
He calls Liv Chelsea. Like, I don't. It's good stuff. So. All right, the women's WWE Women's Championship match: Nia Jax versus Bayley. Nia Jax, and I know Scotty, you're not a fan of Nia Jax, only because I think you get your opinions from other people and you don't really watch the product as much as you should.
I think he's got a hard on for her.
I think he does too. I think that Nia Jax is doing some of the best work right now, and I think the feud that's coming for her down the line is not Bayley.
Tiffy time.
I think we're gonna get Tiffany Stratton, whatever, coming up here. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick now. I'm saying it's a good match. I'm saying Nia Jax drops all 360 pounds right on Bayley's chest.
I will watch this match, but I'm telling you right now, what's going to
Because you like Nia Jax. I mean, go ahead and admit it, Scotty.
No,
Listen, I saw the eyes you were making at that girl that night at ATCW, and she was a double wide. So I know we as much as you were making fun of that girl and giving her shit. Yeah, right. You didn't choke on your spoon there. As much as you were giving her shit, you loved every second.
He wanted a little dollop of Daisy.
yeah.
He that was his female version of Joey Janela. So I know who's in love with her. So go ahead, Scotty. Give us your pick here. Your girlfriend or Bayley?
Like I said, I will watch this match and I will give you my honest critique when we come back to next time around of that match and of Nia Jax. But I'm going to tell you something right now. The clips that I have seen of her recently, when she's just bonsai dropping and just letting her just instead of doing the Yokozuna one where he does the squat on top of the person instead of and she just and with Nia she just drops her whole legs out and drops her whole weight on somebody. I'm surprised she hasn't killed somebody as of yet. So the Fridge versus Bailey. I want to see. I want to see Bailey take the title back, but I know that The Rock is there, and The Rock is telling like he's on the board of directors, so Nia Jax ain't going anywhere. So yeah, no, it's gonna end up. Sadly, it's gonna end up being the Fridge winning this match.
What say you, Ricky, about Refrigerator Perry? What do you what say you here?
I'm on the fence with this one because I think Tiffy's going to be involved, and then you're probably going to get Naomi out there.
Do we get a cash in?
I think there might be an attempted one, but again, it's going to help the Fridge seal the deal.
Okay,
but it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, is it possible that Bailey wins this title back and then there's a cash in?
That's why I'm on the fence.
Yeah, very possible. Very possible. They like to, because that briefcase is such a hot seller on WWE.com or whatever it is, the fan site. I don't know that they like, because I feel like as soon as they cash it in, that's it for your sales. That's it, right?
I think they do it right every year. Like one cash in is like almost instantly, and then the other one they drag out for a while just to get them sales.
Well, Drew already screwed up, so that cash in is over with.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it'd be pretty cool if we got a little cash in. So another women's match on the card, Women's World Championship.
Who did you take?
What's that?
Who did you take?
I took Nia.
Okay.
Yeah, I took Nia to retain. So, Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Ricky, I know we all love Mommy, but we all love Liv just as much. This is a tough one.
It's gonna be a Diddy party. Dom's gonna squirt some lube from the shark cage. Mommy's gonna slip on it, and Liv's gonna retain.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Liv retains on this one. This is another one I'm on the fence with, but I just don't see either of the Terror Twins getting a win on this night. It's going to make Judgment Day continue their run. Not yet for either of these two. Liv wins.
Okay. Scotty?
Sadly enough, I like as much as I want to see Mommy just, kick the absolute dog crap out of Liv and get that belt back. I agree with Ricky that they can't. They've got to give Rhea some more obstacles to overcome in this, and I think there's definitely going to be some interesting interference from the Shark Cage. I'm interested to see what Dom drops as a weapon, Nux or something, whatever kind of. It's got to be something he can conceal in like on his person. So, but there's going to be definitely some kind of interference from above.
He's a criminal. He's been in jail. He's going to conceal it in his anus.
I can't go to. He's going to. It's called keystring.
Yeah.
It's called keystring.
But yeah, so I think the one thing I think would be interesting is kind of like what they did with AEW a couple weeks back, where they had that shark cage and a whole bunch of people were locked in it, and then they all just squeezed.
Are you saying you watched AEW?
Yeah, I've seen the clip of this where the guys all squeezed out through the cage when they couldn't get the lock open. I would love to see Dom actually even try that if they make the bars big enough where he kind of squeezes out, drops down in the ring. I don't know, but overall, yes, my pick is Liv to win this one, and the feud will continue between Rhea and Liv for a little bit longer.
All right. Before I give my pick, TikTok right now, I need you to tap that screen as much as possible. Let's get these hearts going. Let's get them going. We also have a subscription goal that we're trying to get to today. Make sure you check that out and help out Hardway Wrestling. All right. So I am actually going with Liv in this because I don't think we're going to get both Terror Twins win. I think Priest wins his match. But I think Liv, for some reason, wins her match one way or another, whether she retains the title for a DQ. They don't usually do DQs and stuff on pay-per-views, but I think at the end of this, they leave Dom suspended in this cage, and it's just Rhea and Dom. Liv leaves him leaves him, takes off with the rest of the Judgment Day, and we're gonna get Rhea absolutely kicking the piss out of Dirty Dom.
Interesting.
So
now, again, the one thing I would also be very interested in, the one thing you see a lot, and now again with arenas this size, he's probably going to be high enough up there. But the one thing you always seem to see in like old shark cage matches,
right,
is the cage was low enough to the ring that some of the taller guys could get to it and smack the bottom of the cage and kind of
swing on it. Yeah, swing on it.
I would love to see it if they could get it low enough, because again, I mean, Rhea's a woman, but if they could get it low enough where Rhea could kind of swing it and just watch Dom's face as he's like panicking up there, I don't know, that'd be a great visual to me. But
okay,
like an old classic thing they used to do.
Every time I think of like a shark cage or someone hanging from the shark cage, I always think of Jim Cornette hanging from the scaffolding.
Yeah.
So I'll always think of that kind of stuff. So anyway, so let's move on. The main event is supposed to be the Hell in a Cell match. But from what I've read today, it might not end up being the main event. The Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns match might be, but we're gonna hit that one first, and then you tell me what you think if it should be moved to the main event or not. So we got Cody and Roman tagging together versus Solo and Jacob Fatu. Solo can't win on his own.
No,
right? He never wins on his own. I think he beats Cena, right? Didn't he beat Cena?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his last
that was his only win of 2023.
Yeah, so for some reason they're trying to push him as the new tribal chief, and he's got the Ulafala, but he doesn't win on his own. So they put him in a tag team with Jacob Fatu. We're finally going to get a Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns face off at some point during this night. There was a clip on McAfee yesterday that
I just read about that.
Yeah, that Cody or McAfee said, "Do we got any big surprises coming back?" And he said, I don't know the exact verbiage, but basically he said, "Yeah,
the big guy is coming.
Couple big guys are coming. Maybe." And he said, "Which ones?" And Cody kind of just looked at him and was like, "I don't know. What do you think?"
The Rock.
So I'm pretty sure we're either going to get The Rock, right? Or Brock. Either one I'm good with. I'm good with. So
what if we
get it's both?
I mean, don't you think they'd want to move this? If something like this is going to happen, don't you think they'd want to move this to the
main event?
To the main event?
Which, yeah, that
instead of taking the piss out of the cage match. Yeah, it's going to be ridiculous.
But so here's where, and my deal is, like, my pick honestly is going to be Cody and Roman winning it, but I feel like it's going to be a uphill battle because I believe that they're going to do everything in their power. The Bloodline is going to do everything in their power. The Tonga twins will be out there interfering, causing problems behind the referee's back, making issues. So it's going to be a massive uphill battle. The other thing I'm calling right now is I'm going to tell you right now, Roman and Jacob are not they're going to face off, but they will not touch. There will be something that happens that pulls Roman away. Like, they will go nose to nose. I'm guaranteeing that much, but they will not touch that whole match. It'll be Cody bumping for Jacob, and solo bumping for Roman, but because like it to me, in my view, the biggest match they've got coming out of this later on down the road is when the new bloodline splits and everybody goes their own way, and let's say Roman's got the belt back, Roman versus Jacob for the title. Like, so in my view, if they keep this as special as they can for as long as they can, and they just keep making it look like they're going to go, and they never do until they finally get to that point where, you know, Roman now is the champion and they can then have a, you know, a title run for that one. You know, several matches for that with Roman and Jacob. So that's my goal. Yeah, that's my prediction on that. But I agree with you.
Yeah, but, what are you talking about, Scotty? What's your prediction?
He's picking Randy Orton.
Cody and Roman go over, but it's going to be a hell of a fight to do so.
Okay.
But your question about whether they should move it to the main event, if they got the big guys coming back, that's fine. And yes, probably should move it to the main event. But I still kind of I'm torn on that, because while the Bloodline stuff has been amazing and they're doing really well with keeping the interest up in it, the feud of the year has been Punk and Drew. And to me, if they're going to take the piss out of it by, like, you know, everyone's going to be like, you know, they want to see that Hell in a Cell match. They want to see these guys finally, you know, one more time. And then, oh, now we're going to bring big surprise. You know, it might be The Rock. It might be Brock Lesnar. It could be, you know, it could be Godzilla for all we care. But they're going to ruin the drama of that match, the Hell in a Cell match, by, oh, yeah, we're going to make even more bigger surprises after that.
I think one of these opens the night, one of them closes the night.
Yeah. How do you open the night with the Hell in a Cell, though? Ugh, I don't know. I don't like that.
Because I don't know that they would open with the Hell in a Cell.
You don't think?
I think that's the anticipation of that cage sitting above the ring for the next 3 hours or whatever, 4 hours, however long the pay-per-view is. People get to stare at that cage. Once that cage is done, it just goes back up and sits. But now they got to wait for, is it the next match? Is it the next match? Is it the next match? You know, so
Yeah.
Who did you take in this, Scotty?
Cody and Roman.
That's Cody and Roman. All right, Ricky. After all that, after all Scotty's talk, are you still going with Randy Orton?
Maybe.
Okay.
Haven't ruled Kevin Owens out yet.
We haven't.
Yeah, it just makes it interesting hearing Cody's comments about the big guy coming back.
Watch it be Vince McMahon.
Oh my goodness.
I'll fall out of my fucking
now forever.
I want to say Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa win this match. Jacob Fatu will earn the pinfall, but there's going to be so much shit going on with Tama Tonga and Bachaloa. And I just don't know what way they're going to go with this. And then I could also see Roman and Cody winning, but at the end of it, them two having their stare down, because they're going to have a rematch. There's going to be a third installment, but I don't think it's going to be at Survivor Series. I think it could be at Royal Rumble.
Okay.
I want to say the next big pay-per-view probably is Survivor Series. I don't know if they're going to have another one between here and there. So, God damn it. It's another one I'm on the fence for.
We're all predicting Bloodline versus Bloodline in Survivor Series and War Games.
Yeah, it's definitely happening.
So I don't think they would try to do a Cody. Like, I don't think they'd do a double header with Cody doing, doing a rematch, or like Roman doing a rematch with Cody at Survivor Series. There's just no way.
No, it'd be a Rumble.
Yeah. Well, Rumble here's my thought on it, because I was just thinking about it as you were talking. I think they'd even push that to Mania, because what I think they would do is,
I don't want to see that for the third time in Mania.
well, I think, like, if they were going to do, like, because it's 2 nights, you do Rock Roman night 1, Cody Roman night 2. But that's where my brain kind of went. But I don't know. I mean,
Your brain went all over the place.
I
Who
usually
do you have in this, Rick? Who do you have in this?
I think I'm going to go with fuck.
It's not set in stone, buddy. It's not set in stone.
Give me Cody and Roman. Fuck it.
All right. Well, I'm going the other way. Like I said, Solo can't win by himself. I believe all the bloodline gets involved here. I don't know that Rock is going to be back because this is bad blood. It doesn't make a lot of sense for him to come to a one-off weird pay-per-view. But I do think we could get Hikuleo, and I do think we could get one of the other many bloodline members that they have signed, maybe Zilla Fatu.
So I read something that Zilla was bound for AEW.
I have not read that.
I
Where'd you read
thought
that at?
I can't remember where I read it.
Yeah.
Might have been half asleep still.
Well, if you didn't see it on Hardway Wrestling's Patreon page, you didn't see it. It didn't happen.
I think whatever happens in this, like Solo takes the loss or Jacob Fatu is getting the win.
Okay.
So
So
I don't see Solo getting a win, although him somehow pinning Roman would advance that a bit. But
well, they
have
took the
a-
L. They took the L at the last pay-per-view. Roman came back, locked the cage, and went on
well,
to
that
beat
was
the
on
Piss.
SmackDown.
That was a SmackDown. Well, I don't think we're gonna get that again this time. I think we're gonna get the opposite. Solo stands tall here with Jacob Fatu, telling him he loves him. So, all right, final match, Hell in a Cell. This match has basically been going on for a year now, with the injuries to CM Punk. Actually, that injury started at the Rumble, right?
Rumble.
Rumble, yeah. So, hurt himself. It's basically been going on for almost 10 months now, or 9 months. They're finally going to end this thing in a solid steel cage. CM Punk didn't say much on his last promo that he is just going to let his fist do the talking. Drew McIntyre, this has come to a point where it is so intense that now they got me believing that they hate each other's guts. Right now, before a lot of times this happens. You see like LA Knight and he's feuding with whoever, and it's just not believable. It's like there's no reason to hate the other guy. But Drew McIntyre has done a beautiful job over the last 9 months of giving CM Punk every reason in the world to hate his guts. He has shit on his wife. Sorry, Vince. He has shit on his dog. Sorry, Vince. He has broken bracelets. He has jumped him. He's beat the shit out of him. He's had him bleeding fake blood from his mouth. They have made us feel like this feud means something. And as much as a year ago or a year and a half ago, we said that CM Punk would be out of WWE by now, or I did, because he would find a way to fuck it up. He has done nothing but good stuff. He's done everything possible to show goodwill and to show that he's a team player. He's going to NXT. He's wearing booty shorts, refereeing.
That was funny as shit.
That was very funny. He said, you got to lose.
Take off the shorts.
Yeah.
No, the hat. It looks ridiculous.
So, again.
And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, his crotch was stuffed just like Sean's was.
Yes, I did notice that. And I only noticed it one time, Scotty. Don't be weird. But so again, this particular match, they have given us every reason to believe that these guys hate each other. I am going with CM Punk here to end this feud and to be on top. No one dies. No one dies. No Lance Archer. No one dies. But I'm going with CM Punk to win this Hell in a Cell.
Agreed.
Ricky? Okay, agreed. No words of wisdom. Did I take all the words?
Pretty much,
yeah. No,
Yeah.
CM Punk goes over. Like you said, he has done both of them. And I give, as much as a fan of CM Punk as I am, I give Drew all the credit in the world. This would not have worked if it weren't for Drew McIntyre. Like, you have to have the right opponent at the right time with the right feud to make something work. And they found this with Drew McIntyre. It has been phenomenal. I like, Drew's promos have been better than he's ever done. His attitude is just better than it's ever been, and he's brought out the best in Punk and the worst in Punk, and vice versa. They have, and I think this is going to be a spectacular match. I hope they do a little bit more with the blood. I know it's not necessarily. I know we're kind of getting away from the PG era. I would like to see at least a little
They're
more.
both bleeding in this.
I want to see both of them bleeding. I want to see all the angst and the hatred and everything come out and just make this like. I know it's never going to live up to the originals, but I want this to be the third Hell in a Cell that we always will talk about for the future. Sean and Taker and Mick, CM Punk and Drew. That's
Okay. Okay. Well, I want this match to end with Larry lifting his leg on Drew McIntyre.
Bark like a dog.
That's right. That's right.
Still got to get the Kennel from Hell match in.
All right, well, that's going to do it here for our Bad Blood prediction show. Make sure you go like and subscribe and ring the bell. TikTok, I see you. I see you. We're going to do more of this with TikTok, but make sure you go to Hard Wave Wrestling on YouTube and click the like, the subscribe, and ring the bell. That lets you know when we are going to be on. We are also on every platform known to man. We're even stand on that platform and have people shoot bullets at us. So, but we are on every platform known to
Better
man.
hope not. They're not going to miss Scotty.
No,
I just
I'm just the meat shield here. So.
he's a meat shield. Echo. Delta. Meat shield. Meat shield. So anyway, thank you, boys. Been a long week of wrestling. And we're gonna end it today. By the way, happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday, right? Happy Friday.
Yes, sir.
So we will see you guys next time.
On the hard way.
Conan.